Hey everybody, my name is Erin. Welcome to another virtual training from the YMCA. Today's yoga class is going to be geared towards athletes. Now, to define yourself as an athlete doesn't necessarily mean that you run marathons or you're training for the Olympics or you are doing elite exercises, 5 times a week. Basically, anybody engaged in any sort of athletic activity is considered an athlete. What this class today is going to focus on is strength and power. So this is a great yoga class for the off-season athlete who wants to look at building some strength, gaining some mobility, a little bit of flexibility, some posture, balance, and increasing the heart rate a little bit. So we're going to get started. You're going to want a mat or a soft surface, a yoga block, or maybe a chair or a book or something that you could use as a prop. You could use a hockey helmet, a football helmet, you could use a football, just anything you could use if you need to bring the earth a little bit closer to you. And then also a strap or a belt of some sort just to help with some of the chest openers and stretching. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start from a standing position in the center, planning mountain pose, feet hip width distance apart. The first thing we're going to do is focus on our posture. So I want you to draw the shoulder blades back and down. Maintain that natural S curvature of the spine. So you don't want your hips tilting forward. You don't want them tucked under too much. Nice curvature of the spine. Extend the fingertips long. Neck is nice and long, neutral position. Ground the feet into the mat. So think about using the 4 corners of the foot. Your foot is the key to balancing when you are standing up. Everything comes down to those 26 bones in your feet. So you really want to use all of them appropriately. So as you ground your feet into the floor, think about lifting up, lifting those kneecaps up, engaging, lifting up through the arch of the feet. You don't want to hyperextend the leg, but pull up on the quads a little bit to engage that. Find that neutral pelvis, engage that core, and just feel that dynamic tension, that total strength. This is how we maintain posture and balance through our athletic activities. Focusing on breath, we're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. Deep breath in and exhale. Focusing on that grounding of the feet, inhale. Exhale. It's okay if that's an audible breath coming out of the mouth. Deep breath in. One more time, equal ratio breathing. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, and forcefully exhale for 4, 3, 2, empty the lungs. Taking a few seconds here just to engage that normal nasal breathing, in through the nose and out through the nose. Adding the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And one more. Holding the arms up. Draw the shoulder blades down. Find that neutral spine. Feet hip width distance apart. Go ahead, sink down into that chair. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sink into chair. Inhale and exhale. And up. Sit it back. Up. Changing the arm motion a little bit. Inhale up. Hold it out in front of you. Open. Relax. Inhale. Sink down into chair. Lower the arms. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. Lower the arms. Exhale. Once again, finding that breath in that mountain pose. We're going to step to the top of our mat. Swing the arms up overhead. Take that forward fold. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Flat back, hands resting on your thighs or on your shins. You might be tight through the hamstrings. Okay to have a little bend in the knee. And plant the hands, step back into plank, shifting right into downward facing dog. And pedaling out here, finding some good movement, pedaling the feet. Think about pressing through the hands, drawing the shoulder blades back, rotating the elbow pit forward, keeping a soft bend in the elbow so we don't hyperextend. And we're going to raise up on our toes, lower the knees, push the heels, shift the hip to the sky, and push the heels back as we straighten the knees. And up on the toes, lower the knees, raise that pelvis, push back as the heels come down. Inhale up and lower. And shift the hip up, push the heels, raise that tailbone. Looking to the top of your mat, you're going to step your right foot, then your left foot, and coming into halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, finding that chair right away. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Go ahead, plant your hands, stepping your left foot, then your right foot into plank, and shift into downward facing dog. Once again, lifting the toes, lower the knees, shift the hips up, and lift up, straighten the knees as you push the heels back. Lift, lower, shift those hips, and bring it back. One more time, lift the heels, lower the knees so you're hovering, shift the hips up, push the heels back and up, and coming down into child's pose. So bringing your head to the mat, or you can put a block underneath to bring the mat closer to you. Taking deep breath here. Really reach long through the shoulders. Sit the hips back to the heels. And inhale. Finding that tabletop position. Reaching our right arm and our left leg out. Taking a moment to find your balance. Where are you at balance-wise? Do you have the weight equally distributed between that left arm and that right knee? If so, go ahead, raise that leg up, and we're just going to hold it here. You want to feel heat building through the core. Gaze down at the mat. Really pull that belly button up through towards the back of the spine so you're not sinking down. Nice and long. Hold. Bring it in. Sit it back. Child's pose. And inhale back to tabletop position. Extend the left leg out, toe resting on the mat, foot flexed, right arm up, thumb pointed to the sky, and finding that balance, hip over knee, shoulder over wrist. Go ahead, finding that sunburn. Reaching long. Engaging that core, pulling that belly button upwards. And bringing it down, sit it back, child's pose. From here, we're going to inhale to kneeling plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, extended plank if you want. Shoulders over the wrists, nice and long. And we're going to lower down for 4, 3, 2, and push into that up dog. Now if you were in kneeling plank, you can lower all the way down and come up into the cobra. So from up dog, go ahead, tuck those toes, shift, downward facing dog. Once again, we're going to shift into that plank and we're going to lower for 4, 3, 2, hover, flip those toes under, push straight up into that upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale, plank. Last time, lower for 4, 3, hover, keep those elbows in, finding that up dog, and down dog. Beautiful job. Inhale, look forward, stepping the left, then the right foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, finding mountain pose. Nice and strong in that mountain pose. Think about drawing the shoulder blades back. Knees, same direction of the feet, so this is a good time to start engaging those rotators. 2 deep breaths here. That heart rate should be coming up. We're going to come into our sun salutations from the top of your mat. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping your left foot back into kneeling lunge and open it into a twist. And bringing it back down, extending it up into low lunge. Exhale down, taking that right foot back into a plank, shift, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward, dropping the right knee, opening it up into that lunge. Open, twisted lunge here. Always the option to have that block. If the mobility through the hips is a little lacking right now, which could happen in off season, bringing it back down, tuck that right leg, extend it long. See if you can pull that torso up into that crescent lunge. And bring it back down, stepping into plank, lower down, taking that vinyasa, up dog. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, stepping the right foot, then the left foot. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Sweep the arms up. And sink back into that chair pose. Holding it here. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, stepping the right foot back, dropping it down, opening it up into the twist. Bringing it back down, tucking the right foot, extend, pulling it into that low lunge. And bring it back down, stepping that left foot back into plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward, dropping the left leg down, planting that left hand, reaching the right arm up. We're going to bring the right hand back down, tucking those toes, engaging that core, lengthening through the back of the leg, pull that upper body up into that beautiful crescent. Think about the 4 corners of your feet, knee in line with the foot, over the ankle. Exhale, bring it back. Stepping back into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, taking that vinyasa flow. Always the option to eliminate that flow and just come right to down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. Step your right foot, then your left foot to the top of the mat. Yes. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And find mountain pose. We're going to step the left foot back, planting that foot down, right leg bent. We're going to find our warrior one. Hands can be at heart center or biceps by your ears, reaching forward. Taking a moment to really focus on grounding that back foot into the mat. Knee over the ankle, front foot straight ahead. Really rotate through the hips like you're pushing, like you're gonna push that mat apart. Bringing the arms down, coming into humble warrior. You can reach them behind you. If you'd like to interlace your fingers, taking that chest down to the knee. Think about your toes. The weight should be through the four corners. We should be able to lift the toes. And release, coming up. We're gonna flow right into warrior two. Holding that warrior two, deep breath in. Hips are now facing forward, foot firmly planted. Really push, like you're gonna rip that mat in half. Transition, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Should feel some heat building in this leg right here. Open it back to warrior one. Hips are forward. Open it up, warrior two. Holding it here. Go ahead, straighten that front leg. Reach forward. Take it into that standing triangle. Extended triangle. Looking up at the sky. This is a great place to have that block. Or that prop to hold you up. So you really want to be open through the hips. So you don't want to be all hunched over trying to touch the floor. The key is to be open and have that nice long line. Those arms nice and straight. And bend that front knee. Warrior two. Inhale, triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, triangle. Exhale, warrior two, holding it here. We're gonna take it into pyramid. So straightening up into that half triangle. Turn that back foot in, shorten the stance, and come forward. Using that block if you'd like. And from here, stepping back into that lunge. And taking the hands at heart center. Go ahead, take that twisting lunge. So we're taking the left elbow, bringing it around past the right knee, nice and strong. Hold it here. Come up to center. And go ahead, plant those hands. Step back and take that vinyasa. And downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swing the arms up. And sit back into that chair pose. I'm gonna switch sides as we get ready to do that other leg. Holding that chair right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting down, stepping your right foot back. Inhale. Okay. So finding mountain pose, we're going to step that right foot back into warrior one. Hips are forward, that left knee is bent. So you can shorten the stance, or you can take it a little wider, sinking down, keeping that knee in alignment with the foot. over the ankle, planting all four corners of that back foot. So we're not rolling forward or back. All four corners are planted in. Open it up, warrior two. Taking a moment to find that beautiful, strong warrior. Think about pushing. You're really pushing through here, rotating through the hips, holding it here, nice and strong. Warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. Straighten that leg. Take that triangle. Gaze up to the ceiling. Get nice range of motion in that neck. And inhale, warrior two. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, using these two powerful poses to generate heat. Elevate that heart rate a little bit. And last time, bringing it back into warrior or triangle. We're going to scooch that back foot in, turn it to the front, take it to pyramid. Think about having a nice straight back. You can hold it right here. You can have those blocks. You're going to come all the way down into that low lunge. Option to drop that back knee, or you can keep it extended, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, twist. Using that breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, take it down. Back to plank. Hold that plank. Downward facing dog. Option to take that vinyasa. Meet it in down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Holding chair. Hold that chair. Hold it here. Hold the hands to heart center. So I'm going to turn so you can see me. Twisting chair. Neutral spine. Adjust that tailbone so it's comfortable. Draw the shoulder blades back. Press the palms of your hands together. Knees. You can scoot your feet in together. Knees are in alignment. Over the toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, taking that twist. Now watch your knees. If one knee popped forward, draw that hip back to bring those knees back in alignment. So you can almost think about squeezing your knees together. Also a great opportunity to use a block, a small ball, or a roll-up towel in here to keep those legs pressed together. And inhale, center, release that block if you have it. Up, step to the top of your mat. Taking that right foot back, finding warrior one, opening it up to warrior two. We're gonna reach forward, reverse warrior. Side angle. Adding a flow here. Inhale, exhale. Watching that alignment. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Holding it here. Option to take a bind here. So this is where a strap can come in handy. If you have a strap, you're going to hold it in that upper hand, bring it behind, reach through that bottom leg, and pull on that strap. You should feel some heat in that front leg. Open up that shoulder. go ahead, release that strap down, dropping your hands into a plank. We're gonna step back into a full plank, coming into downward facing dog. Taking the left toes high. And we're gonna come forward, bringing that knee straight in. Left toes high. Come forward, bringing that opposite, or same knee to same elbow. Take it high, and take a cross over and hold it here. Take it up, and bring it back down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hopper step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, forward fold, and coming up to that chair. Finding your chair pose, option to grab that block. Squeeze it in between your legs. Nice tight chair. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna twist. Hips are forward. Now, that elbow can go right in between the knees if it's a little uncomfortable to get it all the way around. Try not to drop the hips. Keep the hips at the same level. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the block, coming up to mountain pose. Stepping that left foot back, warrior one. Open it up to warrior two. Reach, reverse your warrior, and take it over. Side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. Holding it here. Option to grab that strap in that upper hand. Taking that bind, bringing that top hand around, looking up. You can wrap it behind your back, or you can reach through, taking that full bind. Looking up. Using that breath, sinking those hips down if you'd like. And release. Coming back into warrior two and coming down into that plank. Stepping it back. Down dog, taking those right toes high. Coming forward, pulling that knee to your chest. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bringing the right knee to the right elbow. Hold. And extend it up. And taking right knee to left elbow, holding that twist. And extend it up, placing that leg down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And go ahead, open it up to the center so you're on the long edge of your mat. And we're going to take a forward fold here. Toes to the corner, knees out. You're just going to hinge forward. Getting a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Bringing the arms up to a T. Bring it up. And we're going to come in to chair pose. Hands at heart center or over the head. Finding our standing pigeon. Taking the right leg and sitting it down. So, balance. Find a focal point. Use that breath. Think about all those muscles. Your knee is your stabilizer. hands apart, taking it other side. Opening up that hip for our fun inversion we're going to do coming up here. And bringing it down, arms out in front of you. We're going to take our right arm under the left, bend, finding eagle arms. Right leg crosses over, and we're going to sink down. So from the side view, draw the shoulder blades back. Squeeze the elbows together. Squeeze the wrists together. Squeeze the thighs and knees together. Think about that foot. Try not to clench the mat with your toes, with those talon toes. And release. Taking arms out, left under right, bend it, finding that eagle arm, crossing the left over the right, and sink. Holding in here for 3, and 2, and release it wide, taking the arms up into prayer. We're going to sink down in to that yogi squat or garland pose. So you can bring those feet in a little bit if you'd like. Press the palms together. Press the elbows into that inside of the leg. Draw the shoulder blades back. We're going to come into crow pose, which is an arm balance, but also an inversion, where the hips are higher than the heart. So I'm going to turn so you can see me. So we're in our squat. Feel free to stay here. Other option is to grab that block and place it right behind you. And what we're going to do, we're going to place our hands down on the mat, turning the hand just slightly in. You're going to create that shelf with your elbow, and you're going to take your torso forward. Now to get started, go ahead and rest those feet up on the block like a little perch. So you get used to that forward motion, and if this is where you are today, perfect, you stay right here. If you want to come into the full expression, go ahead and lift one toe, then the other. Holding that crow. And when you're ready, you can come back into it. So without the block, same thing. You can start by lifting one toe, and just changing, or you can lift them both. Whew. My strength isn't as good as it could be. All right. We're going to walk it back out into a plank, and we're going to lower down to the mat. Taking a moment to just let our arms rest to the side, cheek on the mat. Feel those hips pressing into the mat. We're going to come into bow pose, starting with half bow. Reaching the left arm long, kicking the right leg back, and holding on to it. Option to use that strap if you'd like, hooking it on the ankle. And just inhale, see if you can lift the chest and that leg up off the mat. And relax. Swinging the left arm up, right arm down. Sorry, right arm up, left arm down. You're gonna reach back, grabbing that left ankle. Inhale, lift. And lower down. Release. Sit it back, child's pose. Inhale, coming all the way down. For full locust, you have the option of doing goalpost arms, airplane arms, or arms straight out in front of you. Zip those legs up together, draw the shoulder blades back, forehead to your mat. On your next inhale, lift upper and lower body. So if you want to come into that locust, if you want to interlace those hands, or if you just want to keep those cactus arms. Inhale, hold. Use that breath. And lower down. Finding child's pose. Coming into hero's pose. We're going to sweep the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, and let's just open up that chest. Release the arms. Coming up onto our knees, camel pose. So you're going to find those back pockets. Stick those hands in those back pockets. Roll the shoulder blades back so that chest is expanding. We're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the spine backwards, making a nice C shape. And inhale, up to center. Exhale, seat it back, child's pose. Inhale, coming back up onto our knees. We're going to take a second round of camel. Option to come into full expression. So if you want to bring your heels a little closer, you can by tucking those toes. You're going to inhale, draw up, draw the spine back, and go ahead, reach towards those heels. Slowly coming up and sitting it back. One more time into child's pose. Inhale, up to center. We're going to go ahead, switch it over, finding boat. So toes can be off the ground or they can be resting on the mat. And we're going to reach the arms long. So think about nice neutral neck. You don't want to be jutting that neck out and you don't want to be tucking it back. Nice neutral neck. And on the exhale, we're going to sink down halfway. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Hold it here. Lowering down. Go ahead, alternate, bringing one leg, then the other to the chest. Four, three, two, and hugging both knees into the chest. Taking that left leg long, reaching that right foot up, grabbing that strap, single leg stretch. Nice and easy, soft bend in the knee, bring that leg towards you. And go ahead, allowing it to open to the side. We really want to keep the hips on the mat. Shoulders on the mat. That leg's going to want to pull us to the side. Keep it nice and open. And go ahead, bring it in. And taking it over the other direction. And coming back, releasing that leg, sending the right leg long, pulling the left leg up. And finding that nice single leg stretch on the left side. One leg may be a little tighter than the other, especially if the activity or the sport that you do is very side-based, where you favor one side, like golf or tennis or baseball. You're really going to notice some muscle imbalances there. That's where yoga is so, so good. And we'll go ahead and let it open up. My husband doesn't believe me when I say yoga will help his golf swing. And coming back up slowly, switch hands, let that leg cross over. You can keep a soft bend in the knee. You can put a block to rest that leg on if you'd like. And coming back up, go ahead, release the strap. We're going to take our legs straight up against the wall, grabbing that block or that towel, and just doing a nice little hip release here. By placing that block under the legs, taking a few moments, keeping those feet up against the wall. You can point and flex. Nice pelvis release here. Now we're going to bend the knees, taking them down to the floor, placing that block right under your pelvis. Go ahead, let those feet go long. You can take those arms overhead if you'd like. Nice deep breath. Just taking a moment to really feel those muscles releasing through the hips, through the pelvic girdle. And taking one foot, then the other, and releasing that block. Pulling our knees into our chest, take a nice rock side to side. And finding your happy baby. You can take a straddle if you'd like. Taking that big, wide, big toe hold. Final relaxation. Go ahead, take a full body stretch and let yourself relax down on your mat. I'd like to take a few minutes here to just guide you through a nice gentle meditation in final Shavasana. So let your body relax down onto your mat, finding that comfortable position lying on your mat. Let your toes fall open. Arms rest gently at your side. Close your eyes. Let your breathing come back to normal. And let your mind go to a place that gives you energy, peace, happiness. Maybe it's walking through a park. Maybe it's going to the beach. Maybe it's fishing. Maybe it's just sitting with a good book or listening to your favorite song. Finding that place that gives you absolute contentment and holding on to that. Knowing that when life stresses you out, when things become a little too chaotic and life becomes a little hectic, you always have that place in your mind. It's just a breath away. Taking nice, deep breaths in. Focus on what you love most. Is it the warm sun? Is it the sound of the water? Is it the breeze rustling through the trees? Find that element that brings you joy and keep that with you to go back to when you need just a moment of peace, when you need to clear your mind, when you need to gain your focus, and when you need to just be present in the moment. Go ahead, start bringing some awareness back to your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Rotate those wrists and ankles. Pulling one knee, then the other into your chest. Slowly rock side to side till you come to your favorite side. Using that pillow as a bicep, take a moment to breathe. Let the eyes open. And slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Resting your hands gently on your legs. We're going to take our ear down to our neck, dropping the shoulders down, ear down to shoulders, and center, and to the other shoulder. And center, looking up gently at the sky, and nodding towards the floor. Taking a nice neck rotation each direction, working through those kinks. Inhaling the arms overhead into prayer. We're going to pull our hands to heart center and close our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. Everybody is an athlete. Everybody is an athlete, whether you're an elite athlete or an occasional exerciser. It is so important to incorporate yoga into your practice in order to maintain that strength, balance, and posture that we need to perform. Bowing forward and close. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this practice has been challenging but felt amazing. I always love to work with athletes, no matter the sport, so please just keep doing what you're doing. Remember to stretch, remember to warm up, remember to cool down, and most of all, be kind and have fun. Have a great day.